unmute.
Yes sir, start करिए.
Yeah, so let us start. आप आनंद जी को unmute कर दीजिए, बाकी भी लोगों को. We should start.
आनंद सर start करिए.
Yeah, Rohan. Rehan,
Yes sir.
could you make Anand, Arsha, and Swati as a co-host?
Yes sir.
Arshavardhan and Swati.
सर फर्स्ट कौन स्टार्ट करेगा सर?
Arshavardhan.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to ESCOR Training and Development session. This is a brief trailer or an introductory session which we are going to do. ETDC has more than 40 years in serving the student community. We've been doing physical training, that is a face-to-face trainings at our campus for more than 10,000 students till now. And last year, it happened that due to this COVID situation, we changed our complete face-to-face training to digital trainings. So, and successfully, we have trained around 300 plus students last year. And there is a huge rush coming in this year as well. So being June, July month for students, we thought, why don't we start with an intro session with your university? So with me, I have Mr. Anand, senior trainer, who looks after international business trainings. With me also have Mr. Umesh Yam, who looks after domestic trainings. He also takes care of 4 other regional training centers. And with us, we also have Swati, who takes care of trainings. Over to you, Anand.
Yeah, thanks, Arsha. Very warm welcome to everyone. Currently, we thought of quickly switch to the today's topic, that is engine valve clearance settings, that we are going to present it for next 20 to 30 minutes in the workshop. The agenda will be a practical session. After that, followed by Q&A about the same session. So regarding the engine, if you have any queries, particularly on this particular topic, then we can keep it on Q&A session. Then later about our group course, if you have any queries, you can share about our online course information. Then with final Q&A, we can wrap up the session. So that is the plan for the day. Now we can connect to the engine workshop. We can have a live stream from the engine workshop regarding the engine functions and mainly the taper setting procedure. Umesh, over to you from the engine workshop.
Sorry.
Rehan, make which device need to be spotlighted now? Please let us know, Umesh.
Yeah, make Chandrakant engine spotlight.
Yeah, Rehan, make Chandrakant.
एक मिनट सर. चंद.
You, yeah.
किस नाम से ज्वाइन किया सर?
Chandrakant.
Engine workshop.
Engine workshop. Name of the device is engine workshop. Yeah.
सर नाम से नहीं ज्वाइन किया है. मेरे ये है आपका 3D
Try engine workshop. Try a device name as engine workshop. That is the profile name.
Yeah, the profile name is kept as engine workshop.
सर आप ऑप्शन शेयरिंग का आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए इंजन वर्कशॉप से.
Yes, this one.
यस यस. ठीक है सर, स्टार्ट करिए.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes sir, you are audible.
Yeah. So good afternoon all.
You are
So
audible,
welcome to
but
the
we are not seeing you in the screen, Umesh. Umesh, you are audible, but we are not seeing you in the screen.
screen. Chandrakant engine workshop screen will be there. From me, there is audio connection only higher. Spotlight. Can you see that? So engine workshop, we need to make as a spotlight.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you please make
Rehan,
workshop
to be able
profile
to
name?
find that
Just
engine
spotlight.
workshop
सभी के पास ऑप्शन है सर, आप
profile
लोग
name.
म्यूट कर सकते हैं, अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं और वीडियो भी शेयर कर सकते हैं, स्क्रीन शेयर कर सकते हैं.
Anand, do you have a co-host also?
Okay,
You can
self.
make it.
You meant to say the self.
Mr. Mohammed, you need to right click on this engine workshop and say pin this video or spotlight this user.
एक मिनट सर, इंजन वर्कशॉप नाम से शो नहीं कर रहा है हमारे में, ज्वाइन जो किया है.
Not showing for
this
me
one.
as well.
Sorry for that. Actually, the device name is not proper. It is not
Yes,
named as
sir.
engine workshop.
यस मैम, यस मैम.
Yes.
किस नेम से मैम? नेम
3D,
3D.
just type 3D,
Yes,
E6. Yeah, it's just some random numericals. And
यस मैम,
some-
हमने ऐड कर दिया सर, पिन में ऐड है, स्क्रीन पे शो
Yeah,
हो रहा
it's
है.
added.
आशीष सर शो कर रहा है आपको इंजन वर्कशॉप?
यस
आशीष प्रताप सर शो कर रहा है
जी
आपको?
जी सर, जी
सर
सर.
शो कर रहा है,
अभी
सभी को शो कर रहा है.
3D करके आ रही थी आईडी, वो शो हो रही थी.
अभी भी शो हो रही है ना?
No, now it's then the speaker view. Others can go out, can mute that video. We can switch off the video, others, so that only we can view only the engine.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू सर.
Yeah.
यस सर. पीपीटी जो
Yeah, spotlighted.
What happened?
Yes.
Anand, can able to see the engine?
Yeah, we are seeing the engine. Yeah. But now the problem is whoever is speaking, their screen is coming as a front view for everyone. What we need to do is we need to spotlight that particular device 3D 6EB so that we can have that view in everybody's screen. Rehan, if you possible, make us as co-host so that we can try to make that device as spotlight.
सर ऑप्शन इनेबल है, आप किस कहाँ पर शो करना चाह रहे हैं सर अभी?
Click on the wall in diesel engine, right? So prior to entering to directly to the wall setting, so we are in front of the engine. This is the cut model engine. By seeing this engine, you can able to identify this number of cylinders. You can able to see, okay? So this is the inline mounting number of cylinders. So you can see 3-cylinder engine. You can able to see clearly, right? So by talking about this fuel injection system, right? So this is diesel injection, injecting. So this is the DI engine. We're talking about the fuel system. This is inline fuel system, right? By cooling system, it is a water cooled engine, right? By liner, if we talk about the liner, the type of liner, it is having a wet liner system here, right? If we talk about from the top to the bottom, so there are different parts assembled here. So cover, cylinder assembly, okay? Cylinder block is the crankcase area. Here, the crankcase and cylinder integrated part. So the bottom area we are calling is oil sump, right? So at the same time, cooling of this engine is water cooled. So I already told that. So have you heard this firing order of this engine? Okay, I hope, right? So can anyone type in the chat box? Okay, so what is the firing order of this engine, 3-cylinder engine, as per your knowledge?
आप लोग चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं. उमेश सर अगर पॉसिबल है हिंदी में स्टूडेंट को एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए.
Yeah, yes. अभी हम लोग 3 सिलेंडर इंजन है, 3 सिलेंडर इंजन में ओके, सो आपको पता है फायरिंग ऑर्डर क्या होता है, राइट? ओके, सो बुक्स में अगर पढ़े हैं आई होप, ओके, जस्ट चार्ट में टाइप कीजिए क्या है, क्या होगा 3 सिलेंडर इंजन का फायरिंग ऑर्डर।
We have started getting the responses, Umesh.
Yeah.
Ankit has displayed 1342.
Oh, this is 3 cylinder engine.
Okay. So there is
Right.
one more chance for Ankit to correct himself. This
Yeah.
is 3-cylinder engine. Then you can reply accordingly, Ankit. It's open to others as well. Badal, Sumit, and all our friends in the line. What is the firing order of this particular engine? You feel it's a 3-cylinder engine.
Yes. By seeing this nozzle injectors, can able to identify this is a 3 cylinder.
Yeah. We got some more responses, Umesh.
Yeah.
From Ankit, it is Ankit Kumar. It is 123.
123.
From Pavita, it is 132.
Okay.
Others also can try. Maybe you can try. Others also can try. It's for everyone. It's not only for 2 or 3 people. Surjit 132. Vivek 132. What about others? Be the quick finger. Give your responses.
Yeah.
Shankar Rajput 132. Atul is telling it's 132. Thanks guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for the responses. Umesh, over to you.
Great. Okay. So normally 3 cylinder engine having a 132 firing order, 321 also is there, and 123 also is there. But in front of us, so this engine firing order is 123. Okay. This is also available in market, right? So the 123 cylinder we are calling here from the front side. So where the front side, okay, so sometimes we can say 123 here also, 123 here also, but okay, as a manufacturers normally 123 we are saying from the front engine where the timing gears and radiator located. From that side we are calling the serial of number of the cylinders 1 2 3 like that, right? Valve arrangement, if you talk about the valve arrangement, so the each cylinder is having a 2 valves, inlet valve, exhaust valve, inlet valve, exhaust valve. Okay, so we have colored here. The blue color indicates inlet and the red color indicates exhaust one, right? So why it is important of this valve clearance? Okay, so
can you show that valve unit closely, Umesh, so that
yeah,
we can have an idea of
so this is the motorized one. Okay, this is the motorized one. You can see the valves here. Can able to see here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the 2 valves cylinder. Okay, normally cylinders available 3 4 valves cylinders also available, but this is 2 valves, one inlet and one exhaust. Okay, so the valve mechanism, if you talk about the valve mechanism, it involved the valves, valve cap, spring, rocker arm, then rocker arm shaft, then rocker, then push rod, tappets, and cam lobe. Okay,
can we
so
have a look on the another side?
Yeah, sure.
There is the rocker arm, push rods, and cam.
So about this here, rocker arm.
Yes.
Push rods. Okay, you can see here, tappets.
Okay.
Okay. The tappets. The cams. Okay.
Cams.
The tappets are mounted on the cam lobe. So based on the lobe,
just a moment, Umesh. I request others to go on mute. Ashish Pratap, and others. Maybe whenever if you want to have any query, you can ask in between also, or we can keep it on Q&A session after this delivery. Others also to go on mute. There is one device 4C766628. Please go on mute. Yes, Umesh.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So these are the different parts assembled in this mechanism. Okay. So the tappet is a different part and push rod is a different part, right? So then rocker arm is a different part. Okay. So why we need to do the tappet clearance here, right?
Right. Addition, Umesh?
Yeah.
So based on the camshaft का location के हिसाब से बोलना है तो ये side camshaft engine.
Yes.
Valve का arrangement के हिसाब से बोलना है तो ये overhead valve arrangement.
Yes, overhead valve mechanism.
Thanks, Umesh. Please proceed.
Yeah.
Continue कर लिया.
Yes. Okay, so the clearance is very essential for this engine, okay, to achieve so better performance, better mileage, and better life, right? So why we need to maintain this gap then? Because these valves are exposed into combustion chamber. Because of the high combustion chamber heat, the valve expansion takes place. Okay, once expansion takes place, what will happen? The gap between this valve tip and the rocker arm, it will get closed down, so that it will get continuously engaged on the valve tip. So results, the valve mounting position will take off in the engine. Okay, the final result ultimate, it will gives poor performance of the engine. To maintain that, we need to keep the valve clearance gap here. Okay, to adjust that, so we need a feeler gauge. Okay, so we'll do practical session on that engine, the practical engine, right? You can see the valve mechanisms here. Here you can see the valve seat. Okay, so what will happen? Because of the temperature, the valve expansion takes place, optical takes place, so the gap is must, so in between rocker and valve, so that the seat will take place properly, right? So that's the main reason we need to provide here the valve clearance, that is called valve tappet clearance. So
ये
otherwise what will
लोकेशन
happen?
थोड़ा क्लोज से दिखा सकता है?
Yeah,
कौन सा लोकेशन में हम क्लियरेंस मेंटेन करना, उस लोकेशन?
yeah, so here is the valve tip, you can see
Rocker arm, that is rocker arm, the painted one.
Yeah.
And at the tip of the valve,
Yeah.
between these two locations, we have to maintain the clearance. Whenever
Clearance.
we are, it's right from a new engine who are assembling in the factory level, they will maintain this.
The rocker arm receives the motion from the push rod. Okay, it will push the valve. Okay, against the spring pressure. By closing, due to spring pressure, automatically the valve will get closed. Okay, so this is the operation of the mechanism. It will disturb finally the valve timing diagram will get disturbance. So the final ultimately the fuel consumption, poor pickup, overheating will take place in the engine. Right. So this is about engine on the explanation on the cut model. So we'll go to the exact engine. So how to do the settings. So we'll demonstrate there. Yeah.
Okay, miss. We are ready.
Yeah. Just a minute, we're moving to the engine. Yeah. Can you able to see?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you. So in front of us, here it is 4-cylinder engine, right? So you can see the 4-cylinder engine here. In this engine, right side and left side, so there are manifolds available. Okay, so this is intake manifold, this is exhaust manifold. By seeing this, I have one question here. Okay, so by seeing this, which type of flow it is? The air flow. Can anyone please write in the chat box?
So based on the inlet air and exhaust air flow,
Yes.
which type of airflow it is? Construction of the inlet manifold and exhaust manifold is given to you. Could you tell which type of airflow, air and exhaust flow available in this engine?
Any messages, please update Anand. Yeah.
Sure, Umesh. Make an attempt. It is not necessary that we should give a right answer every time.
Yeah. Be participate. Be participate.
Very good. Nilesh and Aditya Gupta has responded. It's linear.
Linear.
What about others? What about others? What do you feel? By seeing the arrangement of inlet manifold and exhaust manifold location, which type of flow it is? Air and exhaust gas flow it is. Others? Umesh, you asked a tough question. Earlier question we received more than around 20 responses. Here it's only one so far. Please, please open that box and throw some light to us.
Right. Okay. So by saying this, we can able to identify easily. This is cross flow type air cylinder head. Cross flow type means one side air is entering and other side the gas is coming out. Okay, so this is called cross flow type. So another one system we called the inline type, where the wall's position is just the same side of exit and same side of inlet. So this is called inline type. So another one type called loop type. Loop type normally where exhaust manifold and inlet manifold located at the same time. Okay, so where normally extreme low temperature conditions like Europe normally they use, because the air temperature is low, to give the temperature and heat to the air. So they provided normally so one side, that is called loop type. So normally in India we're not using that type of, because our temperature is not that much low. Okay, so that is complicated design too, right? Okay, so just come to the point directly. Okay, yeah. Take. So here you can see the wall mechanism. There are total 8 walls are there, since it is 4-cylinder engine. Okay, 4 inlet wall, 4 exhaust walls. You can see, right? So
can you tell the part which you have taken it just now? Taken out.
this is the cover, tappet cover.
That's a tappet cover. Great.
Okay, so this is covered by one cover, tappet cover. It is made up of cast iron or maybe sheet metal.
Yeah. आप हिंदी में भी बोल सकता है. That was a
okay
from Rehan. Rehan से.
Right. So अभी हम यहाँ देख रहे हैं 8 वॉल्व है. So total इसमें 8 इनलेट, 4 इनलेट एंड 4 एग्जॉस्ट वॉल्स. ओके, ये डिपेंड होता है कि मैन्युफैक्चर टू मैन्युफैक्चर नॉर्मली इनलेट एग्जॉस्ट रहता है, एग्जॉस्ट इनलेट पे रहता है. बट इन दिस इंजन, सो ऑर्डर के हिसाब से हम बात करें, इनलेट एग्जॉस्ट, इनलेट एग्जॉस्ट, इनलेट एग्जॉस्ट, इनलेट एग्जॉस्ट. सो इन दिस पोजीशन में ये सिचुएटेड है, राइट? ओके, सो नॉर्मली हमको यदि FIP में टाइमिंग सेट करना है या यदि टाइप क्लियरेंस सेट करना है, नॉर्मली फर्स्ट सिलेंडर को हम बेंचमार्क करते हैं एज पर द फायरिंग ऑर्डर जो इंजन वन रहता है. सो उसी को ही हम बेंचमार्क करते हैं. सो उसको नॉर्मली TDC, BTDC सो आप सुने होंगे. सो उसको मेंटेन करने के लिए फ्लाईव्हील में जो डिग्री पंच मार्क रहता है या नहीं तो होल पंच मार्क रहता है मैन्युफैक्चरर साइड. सो मैन्युफैक्चरर ऑलरेडी फिक्स कर दिया इस इंजन को 12 डिग्री टाइमिंग है, 12 डिग्री के हिसाब से एक पिन दे देते हैं, विल शो दैट. ओके, सो एंड टाइमिंग के लिए BTDC के लिए एक होल दे देते हैं. ओके, उसमें जो वो पिन है वो पिन होके माउंट हो जाता है. सो हम निश्चित कर सकते हैं ये TDC है या BTDC है, राइट? सो कुछ मैन्युफैक्चरर्स उसमें टाइमिंग डिग्री दे सकते हैं, बट एज पर द मार्केट. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल मैकेनिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग point of view, easy to repair, easy to service, the hole is well acceptable in the market. I will show the where it is located exactly. Yeah. Okay, so can able to see this pin. Now I will remove this pin. So you can see one hole here. It is directly connected to flywheel. Okay, flywheel may be a hole hai. Okay, so that hole, there are 2 holes normally. So one is BTDC position and one is TDC position. There are 2 holes. Okay, TDC means 0. The piston is in 0 degree position. BTDC position means, so before TDC, the fuel injection time while removing, refitting fuel injection and setting the wiring. Okay, so we need to set that BTDC mark. So now we are going to do the valve clearance setting. So there are different techniques are there. So we'll explain. So first we'll insert this pin into that TDC mark hole. Yeah, can you please rotate the engine? So whenever we rotate the engine, yes Anna.
तो TDC होल आप 0 डिग्री भी बोल सकता है ना?
Yeah.
ओके,
Yes.
मतलब ये होल सिस्टम हर इंजन में होता है या कुछ इंजन में दूसरा तरीका में भी डिग्री आप देख सकते हैं?
होल सिस्टम हर इंजन में मैंडेटरी नहीं है. तो डिग्रीज भी रहता है, होल्स भी रहता है, बट द होल वाला वेल एक्सेप्टेड रहता है मार्केट में, बिकॉज दिस नॉर्म्स वगैरह चेंज होते रहते हैं. सो दैट डिग्रीज भी चेंज होते हैं. सो द प्रोड्यूसर एंड कंज्यूमर, यहाँ पे मार्केट में थोड़ा गैप है, राइट? सो इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द रिपेयर ऑफ द मशीन्स, वो 4 years 5 years के बाद रिपेयर आता है. तब तक आपने जो सेट किया टाइमिंग एंड अभी का जो है ज्यादा डिफरेंस रहता है. द होल देने से क्या एक एडवांटेज है, इस इंजन के लिए टाइमिंग ऑलरेडी फिक्स्ड रहता है. अब कितना साल को भी पुराना हो जाए, जो टाइमिंग ये निश्चित रहता है, so that there is no confusion setting the timing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, rotate the engine clockwise. Whenever we rotate the engine, we need to rotate clockwise always. Rotate back. Just rotate. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Rotate clockwise. Yes. Okay. So this is the one hole. You can see, show the camera here. The pin is. You can see the pin,
Yeah, you can.
right? Yeah. Now, beside that, there is another one hole.
It's okay. This is second TDC hole. You're aligned, right?
Yeah.
Got it. That means TDC hole you have aligned that flywheel.
Yeah.
So flywheel is in the 0 degree now. Great.
Yes.
So what next we have to do this clearance setting?
Yeah, we can see here the first cylinder walls are free. You can see 1, 2, okay, 3 is free, 4, okay.
Now, Umesh, I have one question.
Yeah.
Now you have aligned the flywheel into 0 degree mark now.
Yes.
Now, what will be the position of the first piston? Because you told we have to take the first piston for reference always for any settings.
Yeah.
So what
Correct.
will be the position of the first piston now? And how to
TDC
identify it? Is it
Yeah.
which strokes TDC?
That TDC is compression stroke. That is in
Okay.
compression stroke. Okay.
Compression stroke TDC. Okay.
Yeah. So when the piston compresses the air, it is coming to TDC position. Okay. So that's we need to take for the valve timing setting and pump setting. So because in other TDC, the valve overlap will take place. Okay. So based on the valve timing diagram, the dancing position which will come. That is called overlap. Okay. Where
That is end of exhaust stroke.
Yeah. End of
So the
exhaust stroke and starting of the intake. So both will mix. So we should not do in that position. So but to confirm that, so yeah, just rotate the engine to confirm that. So just clockwise, anti-clockwise. Just come back. You can see. So there is no dancing position here.
Okay, rotate. That means slight oscillation, rotation of the crankshaft, to and fro movement. थोड़ा आगे पीछे घुमा दिया तो कुछ मूवमेंट नहीं है पहला सिलेंडर का valves में. इसका मतलब this is end of compression stroke, confirm 100%. Dancing position है तो थोड़ा मूवमेंट होगा, है ना? Exhaust stroke है.
Yes. Yeah.
ठीक है, great. Now the engine is in the end of compression stroke.
Yeah, rotate the engine. So we need to fix the hole. Yeah. Okay. So to do the taper setting, so we need some few tools. So the one is enable to identify. So this gauge name.
Got the response from Nilesh. Filler gauge.
Wow, great. Okay, feeler gauge, exactly. Okay. To manage the small distances, so we need this gauge. Okay. So normally based on the manufacturers, they gave the clearance for the inlet and clearance for the exhaust. So here in this case, in this engine, the clearance for inlet valve is 0.30 millimeter, or in case of tau, okay, 12 tau. So for exhaust valve, so the clearance is 0.40 millimeter. Okay. So in case of tau, can say 16 tau, right? So it will vary manufacturer to manufacturer. Sometime maybe same. Okay. Sometime it will vary. Sometime the clearance is more in some engines. Okay. So here the difference of this inlet and exhaust valve is 0.10 millimeter. Why the difference is because the exhaust wall normally exposed to high temperature area compared to intake. When exposed to high temperature area, the expansion also is higher side. Okay, so that's the reason the gap, the clearance is higher side compared to intake one. Right? So we need to do the tapered clearance right now. So there are a different procedure here. The 4 walls we can set at a time, right? So in first in the TDC position, we can able to set this first one, second, then third, then 6. Okay, so these are the walls we can able to set. Remaining all, so we need to keep another 1 round. So we'll do it now. In
1,
intake,
2, 3, and 6.
yeah.
Because these are the valves in the closed condition now. बाकी 4 valves से open condition में है.
वो नहीं
Valve
कर
clearance हमेशा valve closed condition में करना है, open condition में नहीं है. So 1, 2, 3, 6 as a first round, you can do the clearance setting. So how to do the setting?
Okay, so just keep this gauge in between this wall tape and the rocker arm face. Okay, so just you keep it right. So then there is a separate screw, adjusting screw here, so which is directly contacted on push rod. Okay, so this is a threaded position screw. Once you tighten or loosen the screw, so this position will get vary. Right, you
Can
can
you
see
show
now.
that? Can you show the
Yeah.
variation?
Yeah, rotate, loose.
Rocker arm, is there any movement in the
Yeah.
rocker arm?
Yeah, you can see now.
Yeah, it is loosened. More clearance.
More clearance is there. Now
Yeah.
I tried to
Rotate
rotate
opposite
clockwise.
side.
Yeah, I try to rotate clockwise.
So the screw is for adjusting the clearance.
Yeah,
Okay.
screw is adjusting for the clearance and the nut is retain the same position. Okay,
So that's why it's
So
called
now-
lock nut.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So while adjusting, yeah, the feel you should receive. So from the bottom, from the top, it should must should rub. It must should rub. Okay, it should not be more tight. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, in this position, so lock the nut. Yeah. Okay, at the same time, so we need to do for the exhaust one. Yeah. Yeah, lock it. Now exhaust valve
Done.
done.
Next is third valve.
Third valve is intake. We need to keep this 0.30 millimeter distance. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Next one, 6.
6.
6 is the exhaust valve. Yeah, lose it. Lose it. Yeah. Little.
One,
No,
two,
we need to
three,
lose
and
the code.
6 now. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2,
First
you are doing
one.
for 6.
Yeah.
Great. So it's a 0.40, right?
Yeah. 0.40.
Thank you.
Exhaust.
For exhaust valve. Thank you. So we have done all the 4 valves now. What about remaining 4 valves?
remaining 4 valves, just we need to remove the lock pin. Again, we need to rotate the engine 360 degree. Then again lock the same position.
Okay.
Yeah, rotate. So always rotate in the clockwise direction.
Now we have to rotate the flywheel, or in other word, crankshaft complete 360 degree. So what will happen? Piston will come back, first piston. Again, it will go upward. Again, the position is, first piston position is TDC only, but not compression stroke TDC. It is exhaust stroke TDC. How to confirm? Try to rotate the push rods of first cylinder by hand, by finger. Try to rotate it by finger.
Yeah,
It won't rotate.
yeah, right.
Plus slightly
Means
opened condition.
opening position.
Slightly opened condition, so it's not rotating by hand. So we can confirm first piston in the exhaust stroke TDC, so that we can do the valve clearance of remaining 4 valves. 1, 2, 3, 6 is done. बाकी क्या है? 4, 5, 7, 8.
4, 5, 7, 8.
7, 8. Yeah. 4th valve, is it inlet or exhaust?
No exhaust.
4th valve is exhaust. So we have to give that much of clearance.
0.4. Okay. Tight it. Yeah, do. Yes. Done. Okay. Next 5th one. Intake valve. 0.30 millimeter clearance. It will lose. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Then 7 and 8 is in the inlet. Yeah. Done.
7 done. Finally, valve number 8.
Exhaust valve. The clearance is 0.40 millimeter. No. Loose. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now the tapered clearance been done for this engine. Okay. In the first round we did for 4 valves, and second round we did for another remaining 4 valves. Okay. So this is the one method as per the manufacturing recommendation. The other method is we can able to keep every piston in the cylinder in TDC position. Okay. So check it should not be in the valve overlap position, right? So at the time each piston keep in the TDC and adjust it. So that is also there is a one method. Okay. So here we are using as per the manufacturer recommendation for this particular engine. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it is easy way and we have done quickly.
Yeah. Thanks, Umesh. So that means second method which Umesh is telling is also called as firing order method. Based on the firing order, for example, this is 1, 3, 4, 2 is the firing order of this engine. Bring the first piston into the compression TDC, do the setting of first cylinder, then third cylinder, then fourth cylinder, then second cylinder. Like that, as per the firing order, we can do the valve clearance. That's the firing order method. The method which you have seen just now is the 2-round method. We are rotating the crankshaft for 2 revolutions so that to complete all the 8 valves. So this is 2-round method. This is what is Sparks procedure. It's very simple. Even our technicians everywhere they're following this method.
2-round method why opted here. So it is very simple way. At the same time, on the camshaft, the lobes, the position is different. Okay. Whenever the lobe comes fall on the tappet, so the valve will try to push the valve, right? So at the time we cannot adjust the tappet clearance. right? So 30% of the area on the cam, so there is a lobe remaining the base circle. So if the base circle touches the tappets, so that at the time we can adjust the wall clearance. So irrespective of the wall opening, so what are the free walls we can found, we can able to adjust. So that is the procedure we follow for this particular engine, right? Okay. So do you have any
Thank
questions
you
for
very much,
on?
Umesh. Thank you. Yeah, we can open for Q&A session now, maybe next 5 to 10 minutes max. And we welcome the questions from the participants.
Yeah.
Especially, I request you kindly stick to the topic between engine, valve clearance related. Any queries, please ask your query. We'll be very happy to answer.
You can write in the chat box as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Most preferred way is chat box. You mentioned in the chat box your queries.
Yeah.
Specific to this topic. Till we get other question, though it is slightly out from the today's topic, I will like to raise this. What is the main purpose of multiple cylinder? Maybe in other word, what is the purpose of keeping multiple cylinders engines? Maybe compared to single cylinder engine. If I take that as one question, single cylinder engine, the firing will happen after every 4 stroke of the piston. That means it will be always take almost 720 degree once. That means after every 720 degree revolution of the crankshaft, there will be one power stroke, one power impulse. That impulse will be very high in single cylinders. That will lead to more noise and more vibration. That is why in a bigger engine, other than the two-wheelers, if you look at the car, tractor, truck, everywhere, people used to keep more number of cylinders so that the firing interval, because since you are having, let's say if I have a 4-cylinder engine, if the crankshaft is rotating for 720 degree, if I have 4-cylinder mean divided by 4, that means after every 180 degree revolution of the crankshaft, I will get the power impulse. That means uniform flow of the power impact on the crankshaft. So that will have very less noise and less vibration. So that is why more number of cylinders are preferred.
Yeah.
Compared to 1 cylinder, 2 cylinder is better with respect to noise and vibration. Compared to 2, 3 is better. Compared to 3, 4 is better. If there is one more question, Umesh.
Yeah.
Since valve springs are stiff in nature, if engine move at high speed, is there any kind of missing because of redundant nature of spring takes place in between rocker and valve tappet? That means the lag in the spring is asking.
Yeah. So this based on the power outcome and the speed rotation, the maximum speed of this particular engine. So based on that, the spring tension, the spring walls has been designed. Okay. For example, can say, so this can generate around 50 HP. Example. So based on that power generation, load factors, that spring tensions, the rocker arm and other part has been designed. Okay. If you try to put more load, or if you try to run more recommended RPM, so that it will take more load, at that time maybe the chances are there for the lag, for the damages. So within the limit, it won't affect the performance of the engine.
It's a very good question by Nilesh and Aditya. That is why the design considerations are very, very important in each component. For this case, the valve consideration is very important. Okay, free length, how it should behave after applying a different kgs of load. Okay, and materials, everything is very important. Sometimes, if it is a heavy engines, mean people will keep double springs. Even in Escorts also, we have some such examples. They're keeping double spring also to avoid that lagging in the valve opening and closing. So whatever we are giving in the valve opening diagram, it should remain there for lifelong of the engine. So that the selection of the valve spring material and its design is very crucial with respect to valve right opening and closing. Thanks for that question, Nilesh.
Yeah. Any other?
Ashish Pradap, I think faculty, his question is about our training method and how it will be useful to the students. Definitely we'll come back, Ashish, on this. We will take any final question about this particular topic, then we'll come back to Ashish's query.
Any questions?
Ankit has
Please be
question.
open.
Sir, which type of valve and piston is used in this engine?
See, the type of valve is this is overhead valve mechanism. Okay. If you talk about the material, the nickel chromium, right? Just a little bit difference inlet to exhaust because exhaust receives the highest temperature compared to inlet, right? So based on that, if you talk about the piston, that is a toroidal type combustion chamber in this engine.
Material of the piston?
Material of the piston, it is aluminum alloy type.
Thank you. Thanks, Umesh. Okay. Umesh, you have shown only the engine and the tapered setting as of now.
Yeah.
Shall we have a look on your engine workshop and different aggregates? Similarly, other workshops if possible.
Sure. Now we'll show
We'll see
the
engine workshop first. Yeah. What you are seeing is the temporary classroom while the practical session is happening. If there is any doubts on particular topic, people will be taken to this temporary workshop inside the workshop itself, temporary classroom, so that the topic will be discussed there. On the left hand side, you are seeing the engines of Farmtrac brand. And similarly, if you look at the right hand side of the workshop, you can see the engines of PowerTrack brand. Can you show the another side, Chandrakant?
Yeah, you're seeing. So in our engine workshop, there are different engines. The HP range starting from the 12 HP to 90 HP, we can see here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a smaller HP range of engine we can see here. So these are 12 HP. Okay.
Single
At the same time,
engine.
yeah. Come to this one.
It's a
so
compact engine.
Here is the highest power we are having this engine. This is 90 HP. So especially we are using for export models. Yeah. Right. So we have FIP calibration machine. So in our workshop. Okay. The remaining 30 HP, 40 HP you can see. So we're having a single cylinder, 2-cylinder engine, 3-cylinder engine, 4-cylinder, and 4-cylinder with turbocharger.
Yeah. And 4-cylinder with the natural aspirated and turbocharger, 4-cylinder with inline fuel system, and as well as we have CRDA tractors also to show the common rail direct injection technology in the engines.
Yes.
These are the internal components to brief how it is working. Let's say filter functions. There are small cut section about the engine parts. Okay.
This is about our engine workshop. So you can spotlight the camera of transmission workshop so that we can see the transmission as well.
What's the name? Device name? Is it transmission?
Yeah, transmission device name transmission.
Okay. What you are seeing is the transmission workshop. Can you rotate, tilt it towards the gearbox aggregate units? Yeah. So these are the transmission unit of different tractors. We have seen right from 12 horsepower to 90 horsepower of PowerTrac and Farmtrac brand transmission circuit here. The board which you are seeing there is a special tool board. Okay. So this is one part of the transmission workshop, whereas on another side you will have another set of transmission unit, gearbox, rear axle, units of different type of tractors, right from 8+2 gearbox, 9+3 gearbox, 16+4 speed gearbox, 12 forward and 12 reverse speed gearbox. Right, morning we had, in fact, this unit which you are seeing, morning we had a session for Bangladesh team, for our distributor at Bangladesh. They had a practical understanding of how to open a gearbox, understanding the working principle, setting, and troubleshooting. And shall we have a look on the, okay, this was the briefing done to them in the morning session.
You can see the background screen
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
video live classes. We normally use this screen.
Yeah. Thank you. Umesh, shall we switch it to the hydraulic workshop?
Yeah. The device name you can find hydraulic.
Yeah, I have seen it. Mohammed Rehan, there is a
Yes, sir.
device named hydraulic workshop. Can you connect it? Or spotlight or finish?
Yes, sir. Connect.
Please pin it so that everybody can see that. Our campus is actually
the device name hydraulic workshop.
Yeah. I can able to spot it, but I'm not able to pin it or spotlight it.
Sir, visible है pin है.
Okay, fine. Okay, great. So this is the hydraulic workshop inside view.
Yeah, can able to see now?
Yes.
For me, it's clear. Hope it's clear for others also. If you are seeing this. These are the hydraulic working models. How the hydraulic system oil flow will happen inside the hydraulic system. That section working models are there to understand the hydraulic functions. And similarly, in the background, you can see the hydraulics of, as we discussed, total HP to 90 HP, different tractor, different make. Because some of the models we are using our own Escorts hydraulics, some models we are getting from some other suppliers. So one beauty in the Escorts product ranges is we have all type of engines. Let's say, for example, in rear axle, there are 4 type of technologies are available, and we are the only one who have all the 4 type of technologies used in our tractor.
Anand, there is other device. We kept at agriculture implements yard. You can show.
Okay. So this is the internal linkages of hydraulic system. In the background, you can see the 4-wheel drive units and electrical section. Just behind this. Okay. Can you show the 4-wheel drive section area? Again, 4-wheel drive right from 26 HP to 90 HP tractor. And its cut section. So it will be easy for the people to understand the working principle. There are different type of 4-wheel drives also. It's not same design everywhere. State type, portal housing type. There are different types of it. This is the axles used in 90 horsepower tractors. So in our sessions, based on the audience and the requirement, we will have a detailed dismantling, assembling, and discussion session on each aggregate.
You can
okay.
have a look.
Thanks. So shall I?
Agriculture implement. Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Agriculture implement device name.
Regan, could you pin that agriculture implements device?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Yes, please.
Agriculture implement.
Yeah. This is the implement yard. We have right from a traditional conventional implement to advanced implements, right from the chisel flow, reversal flow. Can you show in one glance from view? No need to walk behind that. Show it in one glance. Just rotate it. Yeah. So this side you will find all the different type of flows, right from the poly disc flow and MB flow. There are that side the different type of cultivators. Yeah. There we have arrows, rotavators, rotopuddlers, different levelers, post hole diggers, planters, seed drills, pneumatic planters, there, laser leveler, and maybe next to the transmission washer we can have some other implements. Next to the transmission washer,
Sure.
like so we have. So these are the things which you have seen so far is our infrastructure. It's one part of the infrastructure. And these are about the equipments, aggregates and the equipments. The tractor which you are seeing in the screen, left side, that is our CRDA tractor, which we have launched in markets like USA. CRDA tractor, this, for example, is the next new Escort series tractor, which we have launched in Europe and USA and Latin American markets. This is CRDA engine. Right. So these are about the infrastructure. We have around nearly 30 tractors of both the brands, PowerTrack and FarmTrack and SteelTrack brand. The tractor which you are seeing next to it is a compact range of tractors. Electric tractor also there, electric hydrostatic transmission. Electric tractor we have in our portfolio, whereas hydrostatic is there in portfolio also, is there at our training center as well. And we have some of the competitor tractors also, because whenever we are taking a student's training, idea is not just promote our brand to them. That is not the idea of student training at all. So along with our product, we used to explain the technologies available in the different competition tractor. We have John Deere, Acer, Mahindra, Sonalika, and different models of tractors. We used to explain their technology as well for the students. So, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks to the team which have shown this different workshops and the implement area. Shall I share my presentation? I have few slides to you to show or to share something about the online course which we are planning to start in 1st June. I request Mohammad Rehan to let me know that you are seeing my screen. Is my screen too visible?
Yeah,
visible to everyone?
Yes,
Yeah, visible.
Thank you, thank you. So this is a small brochure we made just to brief our training methodologies and the course outline to you. So this is a tree which is there inside our campus itself. Our campus is around 15 acres of area, and we have farm around 75 acres for tractor demonstration and the model farm. The banyan tree we are keeping as our symbol, because it's giving shelter to the birds and different species. People used to come here, spend some time, get some wisdom, and they used to go out. So this is to indicate that legacy and to indicate our longevity. And we are located at Bangalore. I request everyone to go on mute. I request all the participants to go on mute. Thank you. So this is a certification course on tractor and implements. The title itself telling it's a specific about tractor and its implements, and mode is online. So that's what the meaning. These are the objectives of this course. At the end of this course, participant will be able to show the competency on tractor technologies and application to enter real world work environment. So that is a primary objective. To meet the primary objective, we have bifurcated what are the other objectives we are going to meet at the end of this course. So you will be familiarized on Indian tractor industry. What are the companies available? What are the different products, models are available, and their know-how. That is one thing. And similarly, when it comes to the Escorts brand, you will come to know the unique features available. Different models are available in Escorts range of tractors. And you should be able to explain the types, construction, working principle, assembly settings, preventive maintenance, and basic troubleshooting procedure of engine, clutch, transmission, rear axle, hydraulic, front axle, and electrical systems available in a tractor. Similarly, you will be able to explain the types, construction, working principle, and settings of major agriculture implements used in the agriculture and as well as non-agriculture applications. You will be able to describe the key points in tractor operations, tractor operating procedures. You will be familiarized with types and purpose of different construction machineries as well. Since we have construction machineries as part as one of our division, even the training center of the construction machinery is located inside our campus only, so that we can explain different construction machineries as a part of this course. Eligibility to attend this course: engineering student, particularly in these three branches, either BE, BTech, or diploma students. That's what the eligibility. Batch size we are trying to keep up to 50 is the range. And it's a 4-week course, and weekly two modes will be available. One is the live webinar session. It is similar to the session which we are interacting now. It's an instructor-led, where the participant will have the opportunity to interact and get the clarification. And mainly, the main differentiator of our program is we will be explaining the things from the workshop, practically show the component and explaining. The support of PPT presentation will be less. It will be there, but it will be less, where the participant will experience the practical functioning of the tractor and its aggregates and the implements in the live virtual sessions like this. That is one mode. There will be 14 sessions in this 4-week course. There is another mode also, that is the online classroom module that will be app-based. We'll be providing you an app, special app, which is mainly meant for Escorts employees, whereas the app provision will be given to the participants so that people can access the course materials, the course content and the evaluations is there in the online modules. There is two methodology. It's called as blending methodology, whereas live interaction also will be there. Whereas the second methodology, app-based business, self-paced, participant can attend the program as per their convenient time and as per their pace. That's the second method. Whereas the first method, weekly 3 sessions will be there. Each session will consist 2 hours of delivery, whereas 1.5 hours will be the delivery, and 30 minutes will be kept for Q&A, question and answers. So 3 into 2 hours, 6 hours per week. Accordingly, overall 28 hours of webinars, 27 hours as mentioned here, whereas the courses which we are going to add will be slightly more than that. Our is 30 hours of app-based learning. So total, it ranges of 55 hours of learning in 4 weeks. That's a course methodology. I have briefed it. Same thing is It's a live facilitation. It's a self-paced online model. There are two modes. We'll be using the Zoom app for live webinars. And medium of instruction is English. And in case during the course interaction, if students are preferred some other languages, they are okay with that. Whereas our team can interact in different languages, in different Indian languages. So this is the course content outline. You can see there is a link between the objectives which I have shown. To meet that objective, we have these topics. Let's say introduction of tractor industry, engine, clutch. There we will be studying everything: type, purpose, type, construction, working principle, dismantling, assembly procedures. Engine, clutch, transmission, rear axle, hydraulics, steering, front axle of two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, electrical system, tractor application engineering. That's a study about the implements and tractor operation, construction machinery. Then we will have a final evaluation. So the certification will be based on areas. Certificate from the Escorts Limited will be awarded. These are some of the infographic data about our training center. So thank you. This is from our end.
Okay, sir. Okay, 1 minute, sir.
We are ready now to take up your questions. If you have any queries, questions, please ask.
किसी को पूछना है तो अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकता है.
Yeah. Any queries? So this course, which I told, it's starting by 1st June. So this is the course schedule which I shown. It's for a June month course. That's a 1 month course. So we are very happy to share that information to you. So interested participants can reach us through your placement team of your university. You can reach us and we can connect in the session and we can discuss more and we can interact more about to understand the tractors and implements technology. If there is any particular queries, maybe like open to answer. So I request participants, students to interpret this and share with other students as well. Yes, sir.
You can share your email ID and phone number. Students are asking.
Sure. Shall I put it in the chat box as
Yes,
of
sir.
now?
Yes, sir. Yes. You can put in
Yeah,
chat.
I'm putting in a
Academic mail ID can have.
that is etdc.academic@escorts.co.in. Okay. You can reach us through this mail ID, and it would be great if it's coming to one spot, single point of contact from the college. That would be very convenient to us to have a proper registration for the students.
Madam,
What you said, WhatsApp number in the chart. So
Yeah,
in
yeah.
chart further.
Yeah. Swati has shared to everyone just now. etdc.academic.co.in. It's a mail ID.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please proceed.
आशीष सर कुछ पूछना चाह रहे थे आप? फिर एंड करें हम लोग।
या कुछ सवाल है तो पूछिए।
आशीष सर कुछ बोल रहे थे आप? आशीष प्रताप सर आप कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं?
Yes, sir.
बोलिए।
Thank you, sir, Anand sir, and your teams. Your session is very great, and we are thanking you. And we promote our students agriculture, mechanical, and diploma, and we will be discuss about our students your training center and other informations, and your session is very beneficial for our students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You always welcome.
अपडेट नहीं है
आनंद सर हम लोग एंड करते हैं।
Yeah. So regarding our training program, there was one more query. I'm saying in the chat that is there any offline training? We are open for offline training also. Since the situation, pandemic situation is there, we have started online.
तो कल को कोई चीज अपने रिस्पांसिबिलिटी पे लो, इससे अच्छा है कि अभी जितना कर सकते हो कर लो, ठीक है? और एटलीस्ट इस पे वर्क कर लो क्योंकि सीटी स्टार्ट होने वाले हैं। मैंने पहले
At the end of the day, you put all the work in and eventually I'll pay off. It could be in 30 years, eventually your hard work will pay off. With these words, on behalf of Vision Group of Institutions, I would like to thank Ms. Swati Lango, Mr. Anand, Mr. Harshvardhan Patil, and Mr. Umesh for giving their precious time to us and enlighten our students with their guidance. It was a wonderful session and we hope to have more such sessions and collaboration with you all in future. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू आनंद सर, आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं। आनंद सर अनम्यूट कर लीजिए। आनंद सर आप कुछ बोल रहे हैं?
Sure, sir. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for your management for giving the opportunity to meet young people of India, new generation. So we are very happy to interact with you. It was very good experience for us to interact with all the participants. All the best. Do well. Be safe in this environment. That's why we are not doing offline training nowadays. Due to the pandemic, we are doing online. Once the situation is back to the normal, we are open for offline in-person training as well. Till that, so this is the way. This is a new normal that we have to follow. So thanks once again for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.